fresh right now. Just the sense of things as you are chopping and cutting and preparing, and it smells so good. I am debating if I am going to run back out to the store to get Cajado cheese, or if I'm going to do my Mexican corn with the Roman Parmesan cheese that I have here at home. I have all the extra ingredients, and then a friend just sent me a recipe, and the Mexican corn actually is with Cajado cheese. And for the past, I'm so used to going home and getting it from the stands there. And so I started making it at home by myself recently for about the past, since I've moved into my place. And so I make it by myself here now. And I've been using this. I never knew that it was Cajado cheese. And so I'm happy that I know that now. And so I can do it with Cajado cheese. It's not necessarily... I don't know. It must make a difference, because I can totally taste the difference between the Mexican corn stand and my Mexican corn when I make it. It's not something I make every day, but I do make a generic version of it every once in a while. Here with dinner, I will make a can of corn with mayo, and I put the red pepper, cayenne ground pepper on top with a little bit of the Parmesan cheese and the mayo, butter. Mix it up, and it gives me a generic taste of the flavor. So this is the beginning. I am now chopping tomatoes. And these tomatoes will be used for the regular taco. I don't necessarily use tomato on the burrito. I like to use rice on the burrito. And you can put the tomato on the burrito, but I'll be using these tomatoes for my salad and my taco. This pepper, that avocado smells so fresh right now. Just the sense of things as you are chopping and cutting and preparing, and it smells so good. I am debating if I am going to run back out to the store to get Cajado cheese, or if I'm going to do my Mexican corn with the Roman Parmesan cheese that I have here at home. I have all the extra ingredients, and then a friend just sent me a recipe, and the Mexican corn actually is with Cajado cheese. And for the past, I'm so used to going home and getting it from the stands there. And so I started making it at home by myself recently for about the past, since I've moved into my place. And so I make it by myself here now, and I've been using this. I never knew that it was Cajado cheese, and so I'm happy that I know that now. And so I can do it with Cajado cheese. It's not necessarily... I don't know. It must make a difference, because I can totally taste the difference between the Mexican corn stand and my Mexican corn when I make it. It's not something I make every day, but I do make a generic version of it every once in a while. Here with dinner, I will make a can of corn with mayo, and I put the red pepper, cayenne ground pepper on top with a little bit of the Parmesan cheese and the mayo, butter. Mix it up, and it gives me a generic taste of the flavor. cooking, I think about certain things when making food and stuff, and it's amazing what people say and do to others, right? So over on my Twitter, you can see me there skinning the avocado. I'm now getting the seed out, which isn't the easiest job, but things get mushed, and it's good because I needed mushy for this cream. So I try to get the avocado off the seed. It's a really fresh avocado, as you can see here. Pretty good. They're so good with salt, right? Water handy when doing a taste test with these kind of peppers. I used just to give it a little bit of oil, just a little, just a tab. You don't even need a whole capful. I mean, just keep smashing. I'm now going to get the potato smasher. To use the potato smasher because I don't want to lose the ingredient. You know, I didn't dry out many peppers, and so I don't want to lose the ingredient. It's like you know, versus the mushy, as you all saw me, the mushy pepper that had already set and dried out for about 2 days. It became a mush, and so it makes it easier to create the cream. It didn't dry out enough to make a seasoning for tonight, but like I said, this is about just celebrating the Mexican culture. I know that avocados naturally come from Mexico, not just avocados, but a few other vegetables that we have here that are catered to us by the Mexican people and grown here, also on our farms and crops. So those are some of the things that I want to make sure that I cook with today. Joining the feast of Cinco de Mayo. Okay. That nice cream there. See? Now it's creamy. Can be spread upon a tortilla a Ritz cracker, a burger bun, a whatever you want. And if you really want to give it a little extra flavor, you can add a purple onion to the burger. So I'm not going to be putting the corn on the cob in the hot water just to start the boiling process. It takes a little time to boil. Cook if you want it to be cooked. Depends on how you like your corn cooked. I mean, we're going to be eating at about 5, so I'm going to start making it now, because at 3 I have to run out, so I have to come back in and turn it back on. Rinse my hands because there's still, that pepper is very sensitive. Add some butter. Toss in a few pops. So I tossed in 8 cups so far. Gonna let those 8 cups boil. Special spice peppers. Caution, caution, caution when spreading it across the tortilla. You get a little dab of salt there. I love salt and avocado. There's no way you can overdo it. And then you just toss this on top. Now have Makeda's homemade spicy avocado. Also, couldn't find that special cheese I need for my Mexican corn, so I'm gonna have to use the Roman Parmesan, excuse me. Unfortunately, dinner's gonna be done kind of late. I had so much business to handle today, but I know what I want, and so we're doing this. So on my things, a lot of times you see that I cook with this. It's more like a griller for some reason when you're using it. Where did the pepper mysteriously go? Everything that I need is missing. I guess, you know, I don't mind that the Lawry's is missing because I don't only use Lawry's. Interesting how that works. The Lawry's is the only thing that I can't seem to find today. So how do you do that? Like, how do you live with the person? How do you like live when you don't really, you know, how do you do that? It's a question I wanted to ask some of my people on my YouTube today. Like, how do you, when you know that something is against you and you have to kind of like put up with it every day, how do you do that? Anybody know? I'm having an issue with that right now in my life. And I want to know how people get through that and do that. So you're going to be laying it across there like that. There you are. 3 nice, beautiful chicken breasts. just have them in there like that. This part of the oven burned before it almost on fire. And so they sit in there and should cook pretty fast because it's breathing. It's on a pretty hot temperature. And so I don't want to put those on a skillet right now. I just don't want to put them on a skillet. So I'm going to let them sit up there while I prepare the rest of the food. These are back on the stove. I won't be using the same china dishes that I use for the Thanksgiving feast that you all see here on my YouTube. I'm going to be decorating the table with the Mexican flag colors. I couldn't find brown napkins, so this is the closest I could get to the brown eagle that is in the Mexican flag. And so I have the colors to do the decor. People tend to get jealous of my drive, my motivation to do things, to keep positive energy going for other people in the world. People tend to hate that. I mean, what if in the world? People tend to hate that. I mean, what if I was I'm not Mexican. No, I am African American, but I think it's disrespectful when people judge me celebrating Cinco De Mayo. Different. People grow up different. And I grew up and I had Mexican friends and Native friends and mixed friends and white friends and black friends and Asian friends. So even as a kid, that's what I had. Like I said, growing up on the north side of Chicago. I don't know why people take my happiness so personal, but I don't really care. I want you all to enjoy this festivity, enjoy what you see me cooking, prepare for your own families, prepare for your man. You know, maybe he wants to go get a Mexican blowjob, but then you went and cooked Cinco de Mayo feast and now he has, you know, something else that knocks him out, you know? It's not necessarily the emerald green, but it's very close. Things for Party City or at Party City are sometimes you find the same stuff over at Dollar Tree. One second. Now that the water has finally boiled, I can go ahead and throw the Vigo rice inside of the water. Let that go for, you know, a little while and then go ahead and so when picking out my setting, I added the Corona blue, the navy kind of blue that you see of the Corona tops. I'm still not in agreement of them naming COVID Corona. I still don't believe they did that behind a brand that was so great, and they could have just named it. Go ahead and set those out. Right. And for taco, in case we make tacos with the tortilla. Anything else. And so while that cooks, of course, like I said, you want to take the Cinco de Mayo can be all week. And you also have for those who are actually in Mexico or from Mexico, you have the chicken down to the smallest. It's a boneless chicken breast. I got 3 at the store. So I'm shredding them down to the smallest possible chunk. They've already baked. So as I shred them, I'm prepping them to toss them on a skillet and just let it brown a little bit more. Putting it in to bake for a little bit, maybe about 30 to 45 minutes at a thawed freeze. It preps it for the skillet. It cooks it thoroughly, and then you toss it on the skillet really fast, and then you toss it on the burrito. You already have this in the oven cooking, and you have guests coming over. When they get there, you can just toss it really fast on the skillet. toss it on the taco or the burrito. And it's right on time. It doesn't have to be perfectly shredded if you're doing it home style, like me here with the chicken breast. But as thin as possible. Of course, today they were out of shredded chicken. Don't do that there. I just went ahead and did 2 here. And I'm going to be adding this taco seasoning to my ground beef. Right about now, you can lower the rice to a warm temperature. As I set the decor, you see here, of course, for your guests, everything's getting going. We're going to be starting dinner at 7 o'clock. Here is my inside take. I decided to do a white plating inside of a gold plating. As you can see, this looks like the huge sombrero hat. I don't know if you all know of the sombrero hat. It's like this huge Mexican hat that's pretty cool. And so that's what the shape of the plate is, that circular shape. And so I kind of tried to do that shape by putting the smaller plate in the middle, so it kind of looks like the hat. And then using the emerald green glasses, of course, with the red and brown napkin settings. I should have put a little bit more of a white coloring in there, but it's fine. This is a perfect coloring with the green and the red. Of course, here you have my spicy avocado that I made. My guest joining me is not so into spice, but hopefully he's willing to put that on his burrito for me tonight. Going to be showing you all how I actually design and finish off the burrito. Everything is right now hot and juicy on the stove right now. As you can see, I have the red beef cooking just for the stuff. I hope that you all enjoy your holiday, the Cinco de Mayo. And remember, what it's all about is you look at all these beautiful homemade ingredients here on the table. It is all about fun, food, family, and the Mexican culture and heritage. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you got some ingredients slipped in there. I'm going to toss a few Pepsis on the table as well. You all have a good evening, and my guest is now joining me. Good night. Mr. Fish. Ready? Let's eat. So it definitely has authentic peppers in it. And so I am just going to fill that baby up with the avocado and pepper. You may see something like this at Chipotle, but I don't know if it's as authentic as mine, homie. I'm then going to, may you pass the rice, please?
They had the same thing that they're giving out at Taco Bell, putting out trays like this today.
Okay. You wanted some of the spicy avocado?
No, I want some of the chicken.
Oh, there you are. The chicken, sir. I then take the rice, Makeda spicy burrito. And you lay the rice on there. Oh, it's just me and my guests eating together here, so I'm kind of greedy, right? Eating all that rice. And then you just spread the rice on there on top of the salsa. Put the chicken on, roll it up, and you see what's next. Can you pass the chicken, please, sir?
Chicken, lettuce.
Not the burrito. You don't have to put too much lettuce on a burrito. Now putting the chicken on top. The difference between a taco and a burrito, does anybody know?
The shell.
The shell? I'm now tossing a little bit of bean on top of there.
You got more black bean here.
Yeah, that's your black bean, honey. That's it. I'm on a broadcast right now. And so, here is my burrito. We're going to be rolling this up. Trying to get it out of taco style. Putting a little bit more avocado on that outside. One big bite. Mm. I love it. You know what's missing?